Welcome to the SMBAdvertising podcast, where our aim is to help 1 million small and medium-sized businesses to advertise like a professional. My name is Mike Damjanovic. I'm an ad line specialist and I'm the host of this podcast. And my aim is really to educate and inspire and to help all of you that are viewing and listening to succeed with your advertising. So today we have a very special guest joining us. He has over 15 years of experience with international B2B marketing, leading cross-functional global marketing teams across various industries. He's an expert in building B2B brands and driving international growth marketing strategies. And he's also currently working as the head of marketing at a startup within the real estate industry, which is aiming to challenge the industry by developing a platform to digitalize the property development industry, which, by the way, is today's the second least digitalized industry. So please give a very warm welcome to Matias Rodriguez. Welcome, Matias. How are you doing today?
Hi, Mike. I'm doing very well. Thank you for inviting me to participate at the podcast.
Yeah, perfect. It's great to have you. And I actually met you, I think, back in 2021, where actually you started using the AdLine platform in your previous company. So now we're fast tracking a couple of years forwards, and we're in 2023. And Matias, you're someone that follows along very closely with trends, and I've noticed that also on LinkedIn with the content that you're sharing. So, I mean, let's jump right into it. You know, what are some important B2B marketing trends to watch out for in 2023?
B2B marketing is definitely changing, and it's due to several reasons. I think the work from home and the pandemic has changed the way marketers in B2B marketing are doing marketing and how they are connecting with the audiences. I would say like the number one trend as today would be that B2B marketing is to become social, to be social first. It's going a transition from promoting product features and saying come and buy it cheaper or be more effective, or talking about the benefit of the product, to become more like a personalized advertising. And that's a trend I see more and more and more, and B2B brands are trying to get aligned or copying similar strategies as B2C brands. It's something that is coming more, and definitely I think it's a trend to watch out next year in 2023. I also see a trend in big companies and in B2B brands about demand generation. We used to be sales and marketing. We used to be one team that will continue, but due to GDPR, the death of third-party cookies, changes on Google algorithm early this year, gated content is not working anymore. Now one is completing a form. Now one is leaving contact details anymore. So B2B brands are working instead on educating the audience rather than trying to collect data. I remember reading a statistic earlier this year saying that 80% of the audience is not ready to buy when you are posting or when you are doing advertising to them. So what many B2B companies or B2B marketers are doing is to educate people on how you can benefit, how you can do things more effective, and being on their minds when the customer is ready to buy. And that's the demand generation trend, which I think is going to continue increasing and be there next year. Then something quite exciting actually right now is this increase of solutions, AI solutions, like using artificial intelligence for doing marketing more effective. I would say that AdLine will be one of those, like doing social media advertising using AI. So that could be good to mention. But there are at the moment plenty of solutions available, and if you go to social media and follow, professionals in marketing. The hottest topic right now is about how AI is going to change, or is going to make marketing different. And some examples, content writers are at the moment discussing on all this AI copywriting solution like Jasper, or what about Chat GPT? Like everyone is saying, is it something for us? Is it human? It's not human. Can we use that instead of writing ourselves? It's not comparable with human. All that stuff is definitely something that is a hot discussion at the moment. But then also a more established solution like HubSpot, how they are using machine learning to determine how search engines understand and categorize your content could be an example. So definitely a trend next year is marketing teams looking for new solutions that use AI to do that work more effective.
And do you think that just on that point then, with the increase of AI solutions, obviously it's a hot topic, people are saying, should we write the ads or the copy ourselves, or should we let the AI generate examples for us? Do you think that in 2023 more and more companies are actually going to lean towards AI because of the how it simplifies everything and speeds up the whole process?
I would say yes, and Of course, there are early adopters everywhere, and there will be some people that are maybe already using that, and then the rest that maybe are not so early adopter will come afterwards. But definitely, if you Google whatever AI for copywriting, or copywriting AI, or AI for SEO, you will get plenty of options available. Most of them they are not for free. They have very low prices, so you can easily implement that on your marketing daily work. So I see definitely a way of marketing people using them next year. I still think that we are on early days, so I don't see that transformation next year. But probably next year will be the year that most marketing teams start testing those solutions.
Okay, perfect. So, now we've touched on AI solutions, we've touched on being social first, and then also demand generation. But in 2023, what do you think are going to be the main or the biggest challenges for B2B marketers?
For me, I think the biggest challenge would be a combination between the demand generation trend and B2B marketing to be social first. So basically understanding who your audience is and what is the message that you want to transmit, or you want to say to your audience, to your customers. It's not that easy, to be honest. And in many marketing teams, they don't even have the tools to understand the data, to do an analyze, or to do that transition, if that makes sense. All these changes are currently happening with GDPR law, with third-party cookies, with Google algorithm pushing us to do changes, to do different marketing. It's going to somehow push every marketing team to move from the way we've been doing marketing in the last 10 years, which been all around collecting email addresses and start emailing or start doing activities. If we take that demand generation trend in combination that customers are not clicking anymore, they are not leaving any email addresses, then we all as a marketers, we have a challenge is understanding what my customers or my potential customer wants, because the customers at the moment has a immense amount of resources available as well to do the research, to to educate themselves before they take an action, or saying, I want to know more about you. So demand gen in combination with Be Social really touch on the feelings, if I can say on that way, with a customer to say, yeah, I'm here for you, will be like the biggest challenge for everyone to move from be comfortable on doing marketing as we've been doing marketing to how I convince you to be on top of mind when you are deciding to acquire or buy a new solution.
Yeah. And on that point, I mean, I also read a study recently, and I think the percentages changed depending on which person is publishing the report. But in this one, it said 95% of people are not ready to buy a product, and only 5% are. And then you have to look at that 95%, and I think that really solidifies what you're saying about being social first. You have 95% that perhaps maybe 40% of those already have a product that's similar to you. Yes. And they are in no rush to make that change. And it's not like I can say, hey, Matias, you need to buy my product. There's no way to force them. But by being social first and providing this value, providing education, inspiration, perhaps some motivation, then you're able to when they are ready or when they do need to make a change. Because as we've talked about now, 2023 there are changes. You know, we're going cookieless. There's third-party data. There's GDPR. You have to make some changes sometimes. When that 95% or that 40% or that 80%, whatever the percentage is, when they are in a position and they need to make a change, then your company, your brand is top of mind.
To be top of mind. It's all about being on top of mind. Yeah. And how you do that when you don't understand what your customers are looking for, what they are, or what they want. So it's also, I also like to say for other marketing teams is understand your audience is probably your number one task now in January or at the beginning of the year. Make sure to understand who your potential customers are, and then also understand which channels you are good at or which channels your customers are using, and then be very good on what you are doing using those channels. It's also a challenge for many marketing teams that we try to be everywhere, and I would rather say be where you are good at and be the best in the industry of what you are doing that. You don't need to be on every social media platform. You don't need to do a podcast. You don't need to do webinars. You don't need to do everything. Just do podcasts, but do it very well. Or be on Facebook and be the best in the industry doing that, because your audience will see that and will come to you for educational purposes. And will see that you are providing them value and what they are reading, listening, watching is useful for them.
Perfect. Matias, thank you so much for your input today. I mean, we've gone through marketing trends to watch out for. We have demand gen trend, we have the being social first, and then obviously the increase of AI solutions. So thank you for joining us today and for sharing your thoughts into B2B marketing trends. If you're following along and you want to follow Matias and see the work that he's doing, he also shares a lot of great content, then we were going to link to his LinkedIn, and then you can please feel free to connect with him there. So Matias, once again, thank you very much for joining us. And for those of you that are listening, I hope you got something of real value when it comes to B2B marketing trends to watch out for now in 2023. Thank you very much.
Thank you.